And so, this citizenship will give us the power to trade our minerals and manufactured goods amongst ourselves. This investment will also bring commitment and help us to control our destiny, our currency, our minerals, and our human resources. This is a formula to unite the states of Africa through the exchange of skills and talents. Africa will become a borderless continent where railways, water transportation, and many other ways of transporting goods will enable us to trade amongst ourselves. To achieve our full potential, this will make an African citizen become powerful and valuable and merge with our ancestral descendants of diaspora by also making them have a dual citizenship. I intend to open these borders. I will open this gate. I want you to know that being Black American or Black British or Jamaican or Blackanese or Black Chinese would only amount to the root that you truly belong to. And you should remember this. Africa have a belonging descendants that can never be measured. The only time the world will understand truly where we came from is if we reclaim our identity back and put value in it. And so, this very moment, I feel very empowered, launching a program and a purpose through a speech on the grounds of the past colonial masters who are also partly responsible for the reasons why we're separated and we have a confused identity. We're gaining it back. And I'm urging all of you to support this because now the doors are open for diasporans to find their way back home. And whatever skills that they have acquired on the lands of other countries, it means that they need to contribute that skills to the development of this new Africa. Pillar 5. Pillar 5 is technology hub. The fastest industry in this world today is technology. And it's also become the most powerful industry. It's technology. We can't get married without having technology to amplify us to the world. We can't have things without having technology amplifying us. Technology is very important. Every mobile phone, laptop, and gadget we see has Africa in it. Without cobalt from Africa, these gadgets would not exist. It is this contribution of Africa to the world that the world has become the consumers of the aftermath of our minerals. It is the reason why the world stands as it is today, cobalt. Because of the gadgets that we require. Africans have been responsible for this, yet we don't even have manufactured, or we haven't even manufactured phones or laptops within the African countries. It is time for Africa to take its place as the global technology hub, not just the supplier of raw material, but creator, the innovator, the leaders of the fourth industrial revolution. Why should we ship our cobalt and our wealth overseas, only to buy back the finished product 10 times the price? Why should we remain consumers when we hold the key to the entire technological ecosystem in our hands? We have the resources, the talent, and the vision to rebuild our own tech empires, to design, manufacture, and distribute our smartphones, computers, and cutting-edge technologies. Pillar 6 is called nuclear power and renewable energy. It's one thing I take huge interest in, nuclear power. We have uranium, but we never thought what we're going to use the uranium for. So we've been selling the raw materials. But Africa is a continent rich in resources that can transform our energy landscape, yet we continue to import electricity, shackled by outdated systems and foreign control. We have uranium beneath our feet, waiting to be harnessed for the sustainable power of nuclear energy. With this power, we can unleash a new era of affordable, reliable energy that will give us the best tariffs, igniting our economies and empowering our people. But that's not all. We possess vast reserves of lithium, the key to unlock renewable energy solutions that will revolutionize our transportation and energy systems. Very important. With lithium, we can produce batteries for electric cars. Investing in nuclear and renewable energy, we will create thousands of jobs, boost our economies, and position Africa as a global leader in the energy production. Did you know that 644 million people in Africa don't have electricity? And it's more than 50% of the population. How do we feel about that? When we wake up, cooking food, and having a stove, and watching Netflix, and ironing our clothes, and someone is 40 years old, that is the same person as yourself, that breathes the same air as you, that has aspirational hope like yourself, has never had electricity. Never. How do we feel about that? We must do something about it. And uranium and lithium, through industrialization, could make a huge change in this world. Pillar 7 is the last pillar. And it's also one of the most important pillar for me. It's called industrification, but I'm simply saying industrial and education merging together. I'm talking about what is the point we educating our children for 20-something years and taught them other people's history and did not teach them the value of gold that belongs to us and how they can harness their cocoa into 7 different products. We have really robbed our children. We have invested in them, but the value in return does not harness what we have inherited. And that's why I would do anything within my possible means to make sure that the curriculum of Africa's education gets readjusted. As much as I am fighting to also revise the constitution of our political principles, it's equally important for us to educate the people and the women who have given birth to become mothers of this earth. We must educate our people industrially. Our educational system, as it stands, is a relic of a past that was never designed for our success. It was built to produce followers, not leaders. Workers for foreign industries, not innovators for African enterprises. This must change, and it must change now. If Africa is to rise, if we are to take control of our resources and shape our future, we need to radically overhaul our educational curriculum and make industrialization the centerpiece of our learning. We cannot continue teaching our children outdated theories that do not match the realities of our continent. We must arm them with the skills, knowledge, and mindset required to drive Africa's industrial revolution. Through the marriage of education and industrialization, we will create a self-sustaining loop of growth and empowerment. Our industries will demand skilled workers, and other education system would deliver them. In return, these industries would invest in our educational institutions, ensuring that we stay on the cutting edge of global trends and technology. This is a cycle that will propel Africa into a future that will breed entrepreneurs, wealth creators, industrialists, economists, and many of the talents we miss. In these 7 pillars lies the blueprint of Africa's transformation. This is not a distant dream by an urgent call to action. Africa's time is now. Let us rise, empowered and united, to shape a future where we control our destiny, our own industries, and lead our own world. I hope that my message preserves your dignity and your reputation. May the powers that govern the destinies of this universe grant us freedom, prosperity, long-lasting justice, and protection. May the desires of our hearts be fulfilled, the deeds of our minds be realized, and the will of our souls be established. For all the pain, struggle, and hardship we have endured, may the universe now bless the work of our hands here on earth. I stand on behalf of the youth and the people of Africa today that this template we are creating will guide our political principles, our national governance, our continental values, our intertrading empowerment, our borderless nations, and our united tribes and states of Africa. It is a new beginning, a new dawn, a new face for we, the Africans, to build ourselves again, to reclaim and redeem our lost heritage values. We let the history tell the rest. Thank you.
All right, guys, brothers and sisters, kings and queens from Africa. I've never been so moved like how this, president from Ghana, as Nana, has really moved me. And indeed, some of the things that he has talked about here, they are very practical, very relevant. That it's high time that Africa needs to realize its position and take hold of what its value is to the rest of the world globally. And even as you laid all those particular pillars, what exactly it is to be done, what needs to be followed strategically and meticulously, without coercing, trying to use words at a certain kind of words. You see, he was very gentle with the words, very economical, but though of course very plain, straight to the point. There was no very big words, especially when it comes to when you're on a big seat or when on a big position, you're just usually accompanied, or your speech is usually complicated. But we realized that in as much as that he was trying to read, it was very plain. And how I wish that Africans, my fellow brothers and sisters, wherever you're watching this one from, it is shameful that I have to be asked to pay just to cross, from Kenya to Uganda, for example, Uganda to Rwanda, that their borders, imaginary borders, is like you're coming from your home or you're coming from your workplace. Then you come home, you find that the fence is not there. There is only the gate that gets you into. There is no the other fence. But still you have to, dig in your key, then open the door. What level of lunacy is that? And that is really something that is eating us up. And first, unless we start working with that one, then there is a lot. We still have a long way to go. But that there is a simmering, there is a hope that the youths of Africa are rising up, that some leaders are also realizing that no, it's high time that we need to be able to take responsibility into our own hands. It is high time that we need to be able to look at things differently from the status quo. It is high time that the world need to recognize the value that you're bringing it in. Even as one of the pillars that you talk about, the currency is not really translated into papers and coins. You see, a human person, or you and me, we carry a certain form of currency, and when that form of currency really goes down, then literally the world stops or ceases, attaching value onto us, and that one really translates on the manifestation of the same symbolic manifestation of our own currency. And I find that I do agree with that one. If you do agree with me, do drop me your comments on the comment section. It has been really nice. I don't know why this video has come late. It was supposed to come early. Immediately it showed up, but it's a good thing that you see, taking time with it and also interacting with it, we get to know that we really need that particular paradigm shift. That's a very, a total overhaul of everything, systems, education systems that have, brainwashed or putting us or teaching us things which are for 20 good years that are totally irrelevant. One thing I liked about the part of education and also a total overhaul is where emerged the two concepts here. We've got industrialization. We have to teach there should be systems in place that are able to see to the light of the day that what they're learning is practically applicable, not theoretical concepts which are totally relevant to the state of the day or the day's events, or in other words, what is currently going on. And also the diasporians need also to find their way back again to Africa, but again also like those who are trying also to seek citizenship in Africa, they need to do that one, and all the money that is collected out of that one can also be put into a proper use. I find that one is not really bad, because even the West, you go through a long process. By the time you ascertain the citizenship, you must have gone through ups and downs. So it is, if you can't come up with something, they say, of your own, learn from your friend, learn from those who've already made it in life. Nuclear, Africa, it's high time, given the fact that raw materials, most of them, those which are found in electronic gadgets, cobalt, we're talking about lithium, they can be used to make electric cars, and that one I do agree with him 100%. And then yet again, we also need to be able to industrialize all the industries, all the farms here in Africa, so that we are able also to produce our own products by training our own youth, our own schools, so that they're able to relate with those particular industries, that immediately they're done, they get ushered into workplace. That really needs to happen in Africa, guys. I'm gonna pause it at this particular very end, and this video is one of its kind. I'm not going to rate it with the other videos, but I can tell you that Africa needs to be able to stand for itself. Adios, guys, until we meet in the next upload. Subscribe if you haven't done that one, and if in case you came across the particular work, it's your first time, a thumbs up, a comment down there on what needs to be done, and of course sharing with good friends and enlightening the larger communities of what Africa needs to look like in towards the future. Adios for now.